I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning, everybody. Mark the ministry dude here. Oh, knock my flag here. How's everybody doing today? That stuff all over the place here. Knocking stuff all over. Today we're going to talk about what you can't see. Today's Sunday, day of worship. The day of the Lord. Here we are. Today's August 15th, 2021. I've seen the news that this Delta variant is spreading rapidly. I'm glad I got my shot. I feel sorry for them people that didn't get vaccinated. They're in for a world of hurting. Opening prayer. Thanks be to thee, O Lord Christ, for all the benefits which thou hast given us, for all the pains and insults which thou hast borne for us. O most merciful Redeemer, friend and brother, may we know thee more clearly, love thee more dearly, and follow thee more nearly, for thine own sake. Amen. That's Richard of Chichester. He was born in 1197. He died in 1253. He wasn't that old of a man, was he? Here we go. Today's reading is about what we cannot see. What we cannot see. Let me see what we got here as far as Bible verses go. What we cannot see. All the light we cannot see. There's a novel. All right. You know, we got the coronavirus. We got, the flu, influenza, common colds, all that stuff. You can't see those germs, but you know they're there. Staphylococcus. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Many of us claim that we have faith in God, trusting that He is real and that His promises are true. But if God asks us to act on our faith, trusting in what we cannot see, could He count our faith as righteousness? Abraham believed God's promises, even as he sat at the foot of Mount Moriah, preparing to go and sacrifice Isaac. He turned to his traveling party and said, "The lad and I will go yonder and worship, and we will come back to you." He trusted that God would somehow intervene, and they would both come back. He knew this because God had told him that in Isaac his seed would be blessed. He didn't know how God was going to do it, but he believed God's promise. Was Abraham righteous because he went up the mountain? No. Was he righteous because he raised the knife to take his son's life? No. Abraham was righteous for one reason. He believed, and his faith was counted unto him as righteous. Faith is believing what God says that is true, even when we don't understand how it will ultimately work out. Faith and obedience are inescapably related. There is no saving faith in God apart from obedience to God. And there can be no godly obedience without godly faith. Yeah, what we cannot see can sometimes make us stronger. People say, well, God's not real. I can't see him. Well, you can't see the air either, but without it, you'd die. There's a lot of things we can't see. We can't see, like Pluto and all them planets out there unless you got a telescope. But they're out there. So, you just got to take it with a grain of salt, you know? All right, here we go. 14 Bible verses about unseen. There we go. This is one. Faith, the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. Hebrews 11:1. You know, sometimes you just have to believe. You know, there's just things in our life that we really can't explain. You know, like, where does air come from? They say it comes from, the trees giving off, what is it, carbon dioxide or something? And where does water come from, Comes up out of the ground, but where's it come from? Hydrogen, H2O, they say. Hydrogen and 2 oxygen. Where'd the earth come from? Where does dirt come from? Where does the mountains come from? Lava, where's that come from? It comes from in the ground, right? I mean, that's stuff we can see, dirt. Well, you can't see air. But if you don't have it, then you'll die. You got to breathe air. Oxygen, you got to breathe it in. If you was underwater, you couldn't breathe, you'd die. Unless you had an air tank. Scuba divers, that's what they use. Sometimes, things that we cannot see are what really kind of, it saves us. I remember when I was younger, I prayed. Things in my life was a mess, and I prayed to God, to help me. And next thing you know, my life's turned around. I quit drinking, I'm doing drugs. I found a good woman, I mean, yeah, there's ups and downs in people's lives. There always is. And, there's people that try to, see what I'm on a mission right now to help as many people as I can. See, I'm concentrating right now on the small business community because, they're potential targets for people that are, they try to sell them marketing. Yeah, well, we can build you this website and we can do this and that for you. It's only going to cost you $1,000 or $2,000 or $5,000 or whatever, a lot of these smaller businesses like that, they don't have big money like that. I come up with an idea to do a low cost for them, and I'm reading these things on the internet and saying, well, you're crazy for doing this, because if you only charge people, $300 or $400 or $500 to do marketing for them, it's going to take up all your time. You ain't going to make any money. My goal isn't to make, what is it that this one guy said, I can't remember what his name is. He said you can get anything you want in life if you help people get what they want. Zig Ziglar, that's his name. Slipped my mind there for a minute. Zig Ziglar said that. And I was reading an article, video yesterday about, becoming a millionaire. I was curious about what they had to say. They said the more people that you help, the more you're going to have. If you help 10 people at $100,000, you're going to be a millionaire, right? But you haven't helped, you've only helped 10 people. But if you help 1 million people for $1, you helped 1 million people better their lives. And you'll be more blessed. You might have $100 million then. You might have $1 billion. You might be a billionaire then. Who knows? The more people, I mean, it's, there's ways to automate things now. I've learned some insider secrets, to automating a lot of stuff. There's programs out there where you can, I remember, posting on and Facebook and Twitter and all them. I mean, it takes a long time to do that stuff. But I've discovered some software that cuts that time way down. So instead of charging somebody $1,000 a month to do their posting and like that for them, you can cut that in half. And some people say, well, you can only, if you charge them, $2,000 or $5,000 a month, you only got to have 2 or 3 customers. Yeah, but you only help 2 or 3 people. You want to help as many people as you can. And there's a lot of scammy stuff out there too. I mean, I was on Facebook the other day. I joined this group, Small Business. It's a small business group, and this one guy posted something about, here's all the training you'll ever need. So I was curious about it, so I went over there and I clicked on the link, and it took me to a autoresponder page, which is it's what you call a sales funnel, right? I put my name and email in. They wanted a phone number, but I didn't put that in right away. I just wanted to test it out and see what it was. So I'm not going to say any names. It was a nice, autoresponder page. It was good. The colors were good and everything. That's what you want. You got a landing page. You want people to get. You want to collect their email addresses. You make it colorful. Make it look good. I know. I talk with my hands. Anyways, I did that, and they had this video. I watched the video. They told you all the money he was going to make. It was really kind of vague, actually. So, say, well, click here for the next step. So I clicked there and I went to the next step. And then I found out the true colors. It's like, it looked like a pyramid scheme to me. You start out this level at $49 for the year, but then you got to pay your sponsor $100. And then if you go to the next level, it's $100 a year, and you got to pay your sponsor $250 and like that. You got to buy the course, but then you got to pay a sponsor too. See, it sounds like a pyramid scheme to me, really. In the higher levels you go, they've got a level it's, I don't know, $2,000 or $3,000. It goes all the way up. It's quite a ways up there, So you go through all these levels and you get to the $2,000 level. They'll tell you, well, they got all these videos and all this. I can give you the same training for probably about $100, or less. So, all this there's all kinds of information out there, and you don't have to pay thousands of dollars to get training to be good at marketing. In fact, you could hire somebody like me to do it for you. It only costs you about $300 or $400 a month, maybe $500. Depends on what you want, I mean, yeah, you can go higher. I've got programs like that. I think I cap it out at like $1,000, but I mean, that's a lot though. There's AdWords and there's Bing. That's something else that people should pay more attention to is Bing search engines, especially if you're a small business owner, because Google, I mean, some of them keywords that they got are way overpriced. You can't compete. You can't pay $20, $25 for a keyword. And expect, you got 10 people that clicks on that. It's $250. What if you don't get no sale out of that? Well, then they'll tell you, well, then you got to optimize your page to make sure you do. Yeah, but still, the average marketer can't afford that. These bigger companies are taking everything over. So you got to be smart about it. You got to use common sense. That's where a guy like me comes in to help you out. Instead of you wasting $1,000 a month, for $500 a month, I could save you thousands of dollars a month. I've taken many courses about, marketing like that, and it's really not as complicated as it seems. All right, let's do with our closing prayer. Preserve me, Lord, while I am waking, and defend me while I am sleeping, that my soul may continually watch for you, and both body and soul may rest in your peace forever. Amen. John Colson said that, 1594 to 1672. Everybody, this is Mark, the Controversial Christian, signing off for today. Have a blessed day, everybody, and we love you. We'll see you again tomorrow.